Medyo madami din yung nag-comment ng part 2, kaya eto na. In this video, pag-usapan natin 3 features ng Dragonfly app na baka hindi mo pa alam. And yung pangatlo, yung pinaka-tinatanong ngayon sa comment section at saka sa mga nagme-message sa akin. So if you're ready, let's go! Feature number 1, yung Dragonfly Save. Ano ba yung Dragonfly Save? It's a digital savings account powered by CIMB Bank Philippines. Pero it is built inside the Dragonfly app. It was announced last December 11, 2025. It's the country's first in-app savings account na embedded sa trading platform. So take note ha, it's a savings account, hindi siya investment account or investment product. So bigyan kita dito ng table no kung ano siya. Ang interest as of this video no, 2.5% credited monthly. This one is PDIC insured up to 1 million kasi nga it's a bank account. It's a savings account. Yung transfer fees papuntang Dragonfly, papuntang Dragonfly Save ay libre. Tapos, instant siya. If you have not watched my video yet na andito yung example kung paano ko siya ginawa and you would see kung gaano siya ka-instant. Wala din siyang maintaining balance or penalties, pero may limit. Yung deposit limit is 500,000 per day at yung withdrawal limit is 250,000 per user per day. Meron lang akong gustong i-take note according to the research that I made no, na ito pala ay for individual accounts only. So if you are on joint account or pera accounts, hindi siya magagamit. Then, one Dragonfly Save account per person lang. This is also only available sa mobile at hindi sa website. It caters the Philippine number pero ang maganda dito is it caters other numbers na international. And it supports roughly 25 countries. Ito na lang yung mga nasa listahan yan. It was rolled out to Prime users first and then yung nakita ko update was sa starter. Hindi ko lang sure for basic accounts kung available na siya. Pero kasi maro-roll out siya eventually for them. And then, pag mag-withdraw, it required, at least in my case, Face ID. Not sure if it would require a universal OTP for other users. For in my case, kasi sinet up ko yung biometrics to scan or to do Face ID when doing withdrawals. So, bakit ba may ganito at bakit important tong feature na to? Kasi, dati, ang gamit ko is Union Bank. And sometimes it takes a while to get funded, no? Ito talaga, instant siya. So, if you have a money sitting for investment, no? Capital for investment. Tapos, meron kang cash, ready to buy ng stocks, no? This might be a game changer for you. So, you might wanna try it out. So, baka sabihin mo din na baka maliit yung 2.5% na interest, no? Hinagalaw ng baby. Ayan, sasama daw muna siya. And the 2.5% might be small for some of you, no? Pero, different purpose kasi for different bank accounts. So, this one is just for a readily available buying power that you can transfer to your stockbroker account na mabilis na siya, diba? If ang habol mo is yung interest, then you can transfer it to other banks. I also explained in this video na ginawa ko na whatever works for you. Okay, the next feature is the dividend screener. So, saan ba siya naka-house or saan ba siya matatagpuan? On your mobile app, you can go to Market and then Dividend Screener. Ganito din siya sa website. Ano ba itong feature na to? Yung feature na to, it filters PSE stocks by dividend yields. It shows ex-dividend date and it tracks payout. Hiwalay ito sa dividend history per stock na makikita mo din sa mobile app. Kailangan ko lang din i-mention na may access siya per tier and ito yung table niya. For basic and tier, limited siya. For Prime users, yung full feature niya. And the requirement for basic, starter, and Prime is na andito na din sa table na to. So this is an overview how you can use the dividend screener. So first, you can sort by yield. Ang yield is annual dividend divided by the current stock price. So if the stock price goes down, the yield goes up. And ito yung tinatawag ko na dividend trap. If you wanna understand more about it, yung context nun, you can watch this video next. Here also, you can check the payout ratio. You can also check out the dividend history of the stock. And it's important that you know the 4 dates dun sa dividends, right? Una, yung declaration date. This is where the company declares na mamimigay sila ng dividends. Next is the ex-dividend date or yung cut-off, meaning excluded ka na kung bumili ka sa date na yon. So, you should own the share or the stock a day before the date. If you buy on the date, you get nothing. Next is the record date. And ito, wala ka naman kailangan gawin kasi for the company ito. It's actually the date where the company checked their books. And ang pinakagusto nating lahat, syempre, ay yung payment date. And this is where the cash or the stock dividends get paid out to you. Here's the thing lang that nobody tells the beginners, no? Kasi a lot of you been buying before ex-dividend dates and want to sell after, no? Kasi nga, yun yung trick, diba? You buy before, tapos you're included, and then you buy after just to get the dividends. But what usually happens, not all the time, no, that pag lumabas na yung ex-dividend date, usually bumabagsak yung stock price. So, pwedeng medyo matanggap mo na, okay, kumita naman ako sa dividends, pero the stock price is bumagsak. And, you know, you get the risk out of that strategy then. So, be very, very careful lang. Take note of that. Not all, ha? Again, not all of the stock ganun yung ginagawa or ganun yung ugali, but may mga stock din talaga na ganun. Also, I want to mention sa mga stocks na nandito sa regular account ng Dragonfly, I may withholding tax na 10% kada payout. So, if you have your Pera account, which is also in this video na, no? If you have a Pera account, tax-free na yon when you get your dividends. Makikita mo yon parang ganito na naka-zero na siya. Meron ka ding makikita dito sa loob ng screener na parang calculator. The calculator is gawa sa Gordon Growth Model. In simple terms, no, kung ang kumpanya ay magbabayad ng dividends habang buhay at tataas ito ng konti kada taon, magkano yung fair price niya sa ngayon? So, in this example, like, lagyan natin na 1 peso yung dividend niya and yung required return is siguro mga 8%. Yung growth niya ay palagay ng 3%. So, ang lumabas sa ating calculator ay 20. So, meaning if the stock price is 15 pesos, then nabibili mo siya ng mura. Kung 30 pesos, then mahal. But then again, don't rely just on this information or just in this calculator. You should still have an overall stock investing system. And quick plug ulit, kung wala ka nun, meron na din akong video about that dito. Sabi mo papanoodin after this video. Nakakaloka. Panoodin mo din yung part 1 ng Dragonfly features kung hindi mo pa napapanood yun. Di ba? Sabi mong assignment. So, ang mas maganda niyan, mag-subscribe ka sa channel na to para makita mo yung mga videos at ma-recommend sa'yo yung mga videos kung nag-aaral ka pa rin about investment. Mama daw, mama. Oh. At so ngayon, marunong ka na maghanap ng dividend stocks. Pero sa totoo lang, ang mga tanong ngayon, lalo na sa comment section, paano kung gusto ko mag-invest sa US or sa global stocks? At saan pumapasok yung feature number 3 natin? Kaya lumalabas yung mga questions or yung mga inquiries or searches about global stocks or US stocks investing dahil nakikita nating lahat yung gap. The PSEI sat around 6,275 levels in early July of 2026 and that's roughly around flat for the last 12 months. The all-time high na 9,000 was sitting around January of 2018. 8 years later and the index is still below 30%. Meanwhile, the S&P 500 is trading around 7,000 levels in early 2026 and that was even after strong previous years. Also, the net foreign direct investments in the Philippines fell sharply early in 2026. Both ang reason ay geopolitical and governance issues. Pero ang pinakamalaking pagkakamali when someone is starting to learn about this investing is to catch something na tumataas or pumunta or mag-invest dun sa something na nakikita na tumataas. Just because everybody is doing it, even without the context or even without studying it. So let's talk about the basics. Una, saan siya makikita sa Dragonfly? So makikita mo siya under funds. So you can tap the fund. So as of this video, ito yung lahat ng funds na makikita mo sa loob ng Dragonfly. Then, sa dami niyan, merong video na yung Dragonfly ranking the funds. As of this video, currently, dun sa last kong napanood sa kanila, meron silang ginradan na S tier and it's Manulife Asia Best Select Fund. It is an aggressive fund. So if you're not an aggressive type of investor, then maybe you can search other na ni-rank nila doon. But some of the universal factors that I've checked all across the funds is that the minimum initial deposit is 1,000 pesos, minimum additional ay 1,000 din, at minimum maintaining is syempre 1,000 din. This one is a UITF or a Unit Investment Trust Fund, meaning this is not PDIC insured. Kung na-mention ko kanina yung Dragonfly Save ay PDIC insured because it's a siyang savings account. This one because it's a fund, hindi siya PDIC insured. Also, since this is another type of investment, there is still no guaranteed returns. Kahit S-tier siya, kahit nakita mo ang laki ng mga percentages niya across and green siya all throughout, it's still not a guarantee of future performance. Meron din tayong tinatawag na cut-off times. So, check mo din sa fund na bibilhin mo yung cut-off. If you miss the cut-off, then it will be processed on the next day. Also, they do not process on weekends and holidays. At kung kailangan mo yung pera at kailangan mo mag-withdraw, meron tayong tinatawag na settlement date. Money market funds, they settle T+1, meaning you trade plus 1 day. Sa ibang funds, merong T+5, T+6, meaning after the trade, after you sell, you count 5 business days, meron naman 6. It's different when you invest in the stock market. Pag nag-sell ka, tapos gusto mo siyang i-transfer sa bank mo or i-withdraw na, T+2 naman siya. So after your trade, you count 2 days. Ngayon, just a quick short course, ano ba yung feeder fund? Feeder fund is a local Philippine UITF that pulls the money in peso. And then they put it in one single existing foreign fund. At ang tawag doon ay target fund. Sa BSP rule, meron tayong at least 90% ay dapat ilagay nila doon sa one target fund. Di ko magets, Christina. So, ganito siya. So, parang group order. Isipin mo, ikaw mag-isa. Hindi ka pwedeng diretsong umorder sa supplier sa United States. Kasi malaki yung minimum. So, may isang tao dito sa Pilipinas, yung trustee, na kokolektahin lahat ng order natin. Isang malaking order na yung ipapadala niya. Tapos, hahati-hatiin na yun sa atin. At yung hatian na yun, ay yun na yung units na meron ka. Or yung units na bibilhin mo. So, bakit ko ito sinasabi? Kasi normally, kapag bibili ka ng S&P 500, normally you need a dollar account and a foreign broker. And sometimes wire transfers. A feeder fund replaces all that with just 1,000 pesos. And attached to your Dragonfly app na accessible at meron ka naman na. Here are the risks that I need to mention. Una, there are 2 layers of fees. A local trustee fee, it's usually 1.25 to 1.5%. And that is on top of the target fund own expense ratio na 0.55 for SPY. So roughly 2% all in. A US investor can buy the same S&P 500 directly for around 0.1%. So just take note of the fees and you can compare it if you invest directly ba, mas okay ba, or hindi. It's just that I feel like ito mas tinatagal niya yung mas madami pang layer of issues, SEC if you're watching, ng pagbili ng direkta using an international broker. Even with different layers of fees inside the fund ng Dragonfly. Another risk is that I mentioned it's not PDIC insured, it's still an investment, it still carries risk. Another one, it's not liquid. Kung kailangan mo yung pera, again, may T+5, T+6, mga isang linggo pa bago mo makuha if you really need the money, if binenta mo siya at gusto mo na siyang i-withdraw. Also, concentration risk, even if it says global, pag tiningnan mo yung mga naandon sa loob, global does not necessarily mean diversified na siya agad. So you have to review the fund pa rin. Also, timing and recency. I want to mention this also. Maybe you're looking for global fund because the PSEI is not working out for you. Or bumabagsak siya. Or you've seen it in social media lang. It's actually a human tendency, no? Diba? The money should go to something where it's growing. Para siyang water. Ganon. Kung saan siya nagpo-flow na maganda. But you should not sell your Philippine stocks just because out of frustration, no? Syempre, nung pandemic, bumagsak ang stock market dahil sa COVID, diba? And then a lot of people moved into crypto without really understanding. They moved just because yun yung tumataas or yun yung nag-make ng pera for other people. Kung natatandaan nyo yan, diba? Yung iba, nag-super uso nun yung Axie Infinity, no? And that's the tendency of human psychology, no? When something is moving high or something is buying up high, tendency is to go there without really understanding. So I'm not saying na huwag kayo mag-invest sa funds or sa ETFs or sa global market or sa US stocks or sa crypto, no? But understand, no? Study it and understand. Don't go there just because everybody else is talking about it on social media or dito sa YouTube, no? Or yun yung nafe-feed sa algorithm mo. Pag-aralan mo mabuti. I'm mentioning here the risk para alam mo din yung mga risks before actually doing it. And ang dami ko nang sinabi tungkol dito at baka mas interested ka. Comment below if you want me to create another video about this dedicated to funds or global funds, no? So, comment lang kayo ng global sa baba at kung marami kayo, then gagawan ko to ng video. Ay, nag-cry siya. Why? So, yan yung tatlong features na meron sa Dragonfly. At kung wala ka pang account sa Dragonfly, then you can register through my link below. May referral code ako dyan. Subscribe para ma-notify ka kung ginawa ko na nga yung next video about global or feeder funds. And I will see you on the next video. God bless po.